You know, James, I've been thinking, I really want to be a public defender, but I'm just not sure. That's one of the toughest jobs out there. Can I really do that day-to-day work?
Well, Sally, have you thought about going to the externship office? I bet the people up there could clear up a lot of questions you have.
Really? Well, I've kind of heard about them around the school and the community, but I'm kind of confused. What exactly is an externship?
That's an excellent question, Sally. I'm Inga Laurent, the Director of Externship Programs here at Gonzaga School of Law, and I'm also an assistant professor. I'm here today to answer the question we've all been asking. What is an externship? Defining an externship is very difficult because the programs vary so much in size, policy, and goals. Programs go by many different names: field placement clinics, off-campus clinics, external clinics, the list goes on and on and on. So there are many different types of programs out there, and the ones I'm specifically discussing today are for academic credit and therefore regulated by the American Bar Association standards. There are 5 basic requirements laid out by the ABA focusing on Standard 305, study outside the classroom. First, law schools can give academic credit for activities away from the law school in what I'll call field placement programs. If Sally does an externship at the court, she may be able to get academic credit from the school. That is, if she follows all of the requirements. Second, credit in these programs is commensurate with the time and effort required. Each program has a specific number of hours that students must complete in order to achieve academic credit. Generally, this number of hours is closely related to the number of hours that students put into preparing for and attending class. Third, a student's achievements must be measured by both a faculty supervisor and a field placement supervisor, and these methods must be clearly articulated to the student and supervisor. Additionally, the standard mandates that the student be given multiple opportunities for reflection. So, students, supervisors, and faculty members are all constantly engaging in the process of measuring a student's substantive and professional growth. As you can see here, Sally is being evaluated in a one-on-one interview with her field placement supervisor, but there are many different ways to be evaluated in an externship. Students can do one-on-one meetings, reflective journaling, midterm evaluations. The list goes on and on and on. Fourth, the ABA requires that the curriculum and externship programs are periodically reviewed by the school. Fifth and finally, the ABA makes it very clear that programs must be well thought out, well managed, and thoroughly planned. All programs must have clear goal statement, methods to measure these goals, enough institutional and instructional resources to ensure that students are well supervised, and clearly articulated methods for evaluating students, selecting, training, evaluating, and communicating with supervisors. Because the ABA wants students to all have excellent learning experiences, they have a lot of requirements. And therefore, there's a lot of us in the externship community that come together, and we have lots of resources to help ensure that students are having excellent educational experiences. For instance, we have a website, we also have a listserv that's always hopping, and we have a national conference that we put on every other year where professionals get together and talk about best practices. Shout out to the Externship 7 Planning Committee. We even have a book that's called Best Practices, which talks a little bit about what some of the highest quality programs from across the nation and what they do in their externship programs. Rumor has it, there's even a sequel, another book coming out. I'm so excited! So to sum it all up, an externship is a unique opportunity for a student to be engaged in real-world work with the supervision of both a field supervisor and a faculty supervisor. That's double the fun. So I know that was a lot of information. Hopefully it was useful and able to provide a little bit of clarity into the question, what is an externship?